Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VIII Low Level Challenge Edition. We going up. Have a few words with Headmaster Sid about his wife, Adia. Yeah, I'll probably chop and change the way I say that name every now and then. Adia. Never really knew how to say it. Oh. Oh, he's probably gone to see Dr. Kadawaki, isn't he? So you'll probably have noticed, in the last episode, I'm not sure how much it'll affect this episode, Renoa's been saying some things which are things you can miss out on. Obviously, we've got the, showing Renoa around the garden, but all the little bits she was adding in when we were talking to Headmaster Norg and her telling Sid to go see the Dr. Kadawaki. There's all these little things which I like that add to the game. Yes, now. Yeah. I can't blame him. Oh, come on, man. I think we're past all that. Yeah, let's start from the top and work our way down. Alright then. Hey, I mean, we failed to kill Adia. That's what happened. Yeah, so you remember that Headmaster said the real fight for Seed is still upon us. So that means there is an intended purpose for us, not just mercenaries. And there we have it. Everything was as a precursor to this. All our military training, all to stop the sorceress. And you'll remember that this world underwent what they call the Sorceress War, I think, or about 20 years ago-ish? Maybe a bit less, like 17 years. So it's still fresh in people's minds, so hearing of a new sorceress arising like Adia means that, yeah, you might want to do something to prevent another war. Yeah, there's also that. Dude, don't be so nonchalant about it. Huh. So she knew this would happen. She knew better. So this was also Adia's plan as well. So she lost control of her power. She's gone mad. Yeah, and also Norg. What's up with that bulbous dude? Looks a bit like a sweet and sour chicken ball. Shumi tribe. I find it impossible for that guy to be pleasant. All a means to an end. Money, control the water, and you control everything. Unfortunately, much the same about money. You control the substance that allows things to exist. You control everything. Yeah, where are we going? What are we doing? I mean, if the place can move, surely we can control it. Is that it? Alright. Cool. Alright, don't be so sassy. I don't know why, I thought maybe he might say something else. Okay. So... you know what? Now would be a good time to do the CC card challenge. Alright, I'll edit out the oh, never mind. Yeah, scratch that idea. What is going on with Quistis's hair? It's like wrapped around her head. Okay. Yeah, scratch the idea of the CC group for now. There'll come a time in a episode or two when we'll do that. I was gonna say I'll edit out all the parts in between, but never mind. No, we want to go to the viewing deck, don't we? Which is the second floor, where we saw a little cutscene with Renoa and the seagulls. Excuse me. Oh, well then I hope not. Why is everyone assuming it's Galbadia? They're flying the Galbadian flag or something? I mean, she's right there. Oh yeah, I forgot that you can I've defeated 54. She's defeated 40. Now, I wonder if that includes the carded enemies. Because that feels kind of low if it is all the carded ones. Huh. Interesting. Let's go to the viewing deck, if we can get out of this door. Well, you could consider this an emergency, couldn't you? Ooh! It's the first boat we've seen in this game. Seems like a mighty inefficient uniform. You're gonna get stains and everything. Yeah, so a new form of seed. Okay. That can basically fly. Yeah, so we've met Alone before. Remember the flashback the beginning of Disc 2, even though we don't really have discs in this version, but when Laguna was the monster hunter, quote unquote, the little girl alone. Says it's a funny thing, the Squall says he doesn't understand what's going on, and he feels like he's being used, but the instant he's issued orders, he just immediately accepts them and goes on his merry way. Yaha. That's one of the flaws in this game. Like, every time there comes a chance to discuss the dream world, it's always just kind of brushed aside. Squall's like, no, we've got to focus on the mission at hand. And to a certain degree, I get why. But it would have been nice just once to have them all kind of sit down in a room and just be like, so this dream world, what's going on? How are we all having the same dream? Like, after the third time of it happening, everyone seems to accept that it is just part and parcel of who they are. Like, Zell's is like, oh yeah, I remember when I was Ward. I know this place like the back of my hand now, the prison. Yeah. And yeah, we spoke to Alone in the last episode. The girl sitting at the desk. Who says we know her as well. As you can see, she is many years older than the Alone we knew from the dream world. And she seems to be aware of our knowing about her. Yep. Yeah, so I believe just before the first flashback they talked about the war for Timber's independence before it got taken over. And then we had the flashback, or we had the first dream sequence with Laguna where we're running away from a battle with Timber, and we go to Delling City. And as you know, Alone's parents were killed in Windhill. And Rain adopted her, and Laguna kind of helped, I guess. That sounds like a yes to me. Being awful cryptic. I mean, have enough problems, mostly due to Alone. It's just that they're all connected. These are one big problem. The first time we get to see Squall kind of truly doubting himself. And showing that maybe his demeanor is a reflection of who he really is inside. He doesn't want to help anyone, and he doesn't want to be helped because he feels he can't be counted on. That's the thing with all these internal vocalizing things, is that you, the story you tell yourself is the life you lead. If you believe that your friends talk behind your back and say all these negative things about you, and that you are worthless, then you will... It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, you'll become these things. Again, I've said it before, Squall believes every man has an island. And that's also the delusion as well. He says he's made it far, but he made it this far by himself, but he hasn't. He was brought up by Garden, surrounded by cohorts and instructors to guide him in the right direction. He goes into battle with teams. As soon as he begins the fight with Idea, Irvine and Renoa turn up, and even then he wasn't able to handle it himself. And I guess to a certain degree he believes that he can't handle the truth, that maybe he can't do things by himself. It's easier to try and do things by yourself. But it's a conflicted existence. Trying to believe that you are truly independent and don't need to rely on anyone else, but to get to the point you're at, you have relied on other people. So to what degree are you actually self-reliant? Feels like you're independent, but how much has other people's actions influenced you? And you've not even realised. Exactly. He's always asking these questions, but to who? Himself? He doesn't have the answers, that's why he's asking the question in the first place. And this is the thing with his internal monologuing, is that he never talks to people, so he never gets the answers he needs, he never gets either put in his place or gets to express his sadness or his fears. He bottles them all up. And he's still that lonely little kid. He's looking for answers, needs someone to help him. And thus began his story of, I can do everything by myself, I don't need anyone else's help. Partly in a reaction to being hurt, to put up the barriers, put up the defences, and just if you rely on yourself and don't have to rely on others, then there's no worries about other people letting you down. If something goes wrong, the buck stops with you, and you only have yourself to blame. And sometimes it's a lot easier to blame yourself than it is to blame others, because people are hard, man. People are confusing. It can be a tough life trying to only do things by yourself. Because whilst it seems easier to be self-reliant and self-sufficient, it takes its toll, and eventually you end up just wearing yourself out, and there's only so much positivity you can gain from your own mindset. Eventually one day you just ask yourself, what's the point? And you've got no one to answer the question for you. Everyone has questions at some point, and if you don't have someone there to answer it, then you'll just keep wondering and you'll never get the answer, and well, that was a mighty deep and exposition-filled section. I love that part of the game, where Squall finds out so much about the world he's in and himself, and yeah, he comes to realise that he doesn't really know what's going on. After all that heavy-going monologuing, time for a little bit of comedy. Oops. Yeah, nothing teaches like the teacher of a life. Alright, second floor deck, where we sent Alone off. Yeah, so Alone has the ability to transport us back in time, or our consciousness, I guess, back in time. In, it seems, an attempt to change the past. The real question is how much of an influence were we really having? If anything, the past is influencing the present more. Or, to a degree, it's influencing the future by making our actions, or the decisions we make, different. Zone? What? I mean, we didn't intend to come at all, but here we are. Alright, welcome to Fisherman's Horizon, everyone. Beautiful song. The Distant Worlds Orchestra do a beautiful rendition of this song. It overwhelms me a little bit. It's insanely understanding. Yeah. People that live at sea always seem to be tranquil, don't they? Except for pirates, actually. It always seems to be like the islands are that of people of peace in media, games, or not. Oh? They painted it. Eh? But yeah, they don't tolerate belligerence and fighting here, so having a mercenary school turn up at their doorstep probably isn't their idea of a good time. Well, yeah, I mean, if we could control that at all. Should probably do those tests. The amount of money I could have made by now. Yeah. I mean, they say they love fixing stuff, but this place looks pretty run down. You need to maintain your own stuff. Yes, sir. We've heard a little bit about Esthar. I think that's where the second flashback with Laguna was. Because we fought those Esthar soldiers. Is that zone? I feel like a zone. I mean, Renoa's right there. I mean, I wouldn't even call that slightly fight and talk, but Squall's super defensive. Well, hey! Look at that! Some positive self-reflection. Well done, Squall, my boy. Right, so that is Mayor Dobe's house. I think it's his name. Right in the middle of this giant mirror. Or solar panels, I guess. I mean, it makes sense. Seems a bit over the top for just one person to live in the middle of this place. Could have quite a few houses here. Right, where is it? No, it's around here somewhere. Somewhere around here. There is an Ultima draw point. Have I got move find on? Yes, I do. Cool, right. I don't know if I actually need move find to get the ultimate draw point, but it's useful. Place always reminds me a bit of Bugenhagen's hut in Cosmo Canyon 5 and 7. Mayor Dobe? Doby? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, they said some of the people were like, oh, I remember painting this place, so maybe they know more about the technology of garden than we do. More proof that Squall's actually quite a thoughtful and good leader. I think some people would have just taken on their heads and said like, yeah, sure, come fix our garden for us, but he actually thought, gonna let some people we don't know into our garden that we don't know these guys aren't working for Galbadia. The Galbadians might already be here and hiding and just want to infiltrate and eat us from the outside in. From the inside out even. Got that wrong. Float. Looks like Dobe goes with the flow. I'm sorry, that was piss poor. And again, there we have another little insight into Squall's mentality. Peace is always a good option, but it's never the exciting option. Eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. But someone always wants revenge. Someone makes a mistake and kills someone, so someone goes and kills someone else in retaliation. Someone else retaliates against that person. And someone retaliates against that person. Domino effect, blah blah blah, butterfly effect, whatever you want to call it. Anyway. Fear leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. No. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Okay. Hey, at least he was direct. No high school politics there. Ooh! Galbadian soldiers! Would you look at that? Called it! Right. Let me guess, you're gonna tell me not to fight them. You don't like fighting, but you sure do like casting the first stone. Yeah, there's only so far you can get with negotiations. Best of luck, dude. Well, we're gonna have to call it here, guys. In the next episode, we fend off the Galbadians from the Fisherman's Horizon. And who knows, maybe we'll get Balam up and running. We'll actually be able to move it ourselves. Get our first proper vehicle in the game. See you there, guys.